So yesterday, you seen us talking about the corner beads that were already put on in this place, and they were all popping off and cracking because of they were nailed on. They weren't nailed on, but they only had one nail in a whole 8-foot piece. Even if you do nail them on and you fiber tape them, I find they always crack where they join the sheetrock. So we're going to show you today what we use and how we put them on, and they're way faster to put on. Way easier. It doesn't matter if you're backing or something to nail to or anything with these. But there's their paper with steel in the middle. You can see that, and you just put the mud on here and push them off and wipe them out. We'll show you here in a second. Let's get it measured, cut first. So we're going to go 29. 10 snips. 29. I always cut just a little tiny bigger, so we'll go 29 and 1/8. You want to make sure you cut these really good and straight too. You get these little pull-offs, I call them, of steel here on the edges. Just take this, go just like that, and you get a nice clean square cut, and just take that paper off there. And let's try to make sure she fits before we put the mud on. That seems to fit good. Just a little tiny snug. Just a little hair off her. You don't want it to be pushing on the edge, just like it's pushing itself inward. You want to just put it in there perfect. Those little burrs, you always like to be on there. Doesn't matter if it's steel or these ones. Okay, perfect. That's one. Well, put the mud on her. This, we just use a normal paint wheel, like a small, just paint where we make a big bushy one. I cut them off my other big long rollers so they're nice and thick. And we used to put the mud on corners. It can be a little messy, but they're all messy. So, stick that on. And then we take our corner bead. Stick that on there like that. Just like that mud off the edge and put on every time. Sorry guys, I'm not used to talking to a camera and doing my work at the same time. You're going to have to give me a little bit to get used to doing this and talking about what I'm doing at the time. I've done this my whole life, but I've never really talked to a camera. Okay, so then you make sure you got her pushed on there good. Rub your hands down force. Make sure you squeeze all that mud with your fingers out from underneath there, that it's touching the sheetrock nice and secure. And all you're going to do is wipe out from one end to the next. Right out to that edge. I go first on both of them. Then, the last ones, I only go on just the paper part to squeeze the mud out. And I'll leave a little ridge right there for mud to get into. More. Just wipe that out like that. Make sure there's no wrinkles or anything in it. It's nice and laid down perfect. Alright, second one. You don't have to come in so close and show that like that, because you won't be able to see it very good anyways. Let's do our side one now. Measure from the top down to the bottom. Put your measure right there. Put your knee on her like I do if you want. 82 3/4. So we're going to keep our good in. We're not going to cut our good in that's going to go up against that, right? We want that to stay good in. 92 3/4. 82 3/4, sorry. I always cut these off to make sure they're not in there, so when the boys are doing the trim, they don't cut their fingers. Put their baseboard on. Now I always put it on before I mud it to make sure it fits good. It's lining up perfect, so these corners line up perfect right here. So, looks good, fits perfect. Let's mud her up, put her on. Mud her up. And the mud I'm using, I call it slop bucket mud. But it's just mud we add water to make it a certain runniness to it, I guess, so it's not so thick, so it's easier to wipe out. That's what we do with our paper tapes too. We put our paper tapes on with a roller too, which I'll show in another video. You don't need all those fancy hooba majiggers they all got, the bazookas and all that. You don't, because a lot of stuff that I do, you wouldn't even be able to use those. Those are good for like if you're doing like working in Halifax or something, or some city or something, doing hopscotch buildings and whatever. They always want it just done, they don't care what it looks like. But working around here, those bazookas are no good to people's house, especially for doing renovations and stuff. Because the walls will go in and out or different ways, blah blah. And I found with the trowel, you can make up for those mistakes. You can build them out spots that you can build them out, other spots you can't. You don't have that control with them. And I've had it before. I've had the bazooka. I've had the, I used to call it the hooba jigger, to putting on the paper tapes with and put the coat over at the same time, and didn't like them. Came back to doing it with knives and trowels. The old school way is the best. You know, other people want to do it other ways, it's fine, but I think what's good for me, what's good for my clients, and they seem to like it and keep calling, so. Alright, now we're going to measure this side and put this side on. Same again. Let's put this there, just hold it for a second. 82 3/4. 82 3/4 again. 82 3/4 again. Make sure you keep your good edge to go up to the good edge on the other one at the top. You don't want the cut edge going up there. You want a nice clean cut edge. Put your cut edge down at the bottom. But like I said, just make sure you don't put big hooks there. So when the boys do the baseboard, they don't cut themselves. Once again, put it on, try it, make sure it fits there good. It meets these corners perfect. Well, you'd think I knew what I was doing. Then, once again, we get the mud and we roll it off. And yes, there's some falling on the floor off the roller. When we're all finished here, we'll grab an old knife that we have and we'll scrape up the mud on the floor and throw it in the garbage. Anybody who says they don't get mud on the floor when they're drywalling hasn't done enough drywalling. Alright, so once again, you put it on, squeeze it all out. Grab your hand from one bottom right to the top. Now I don't do downwards because they will pull it away from up top. And you don't want that. So you start at the bottom, go upwards so it keeps it right good at the top. And you gotta watch not to push it up into the other one, obviously. Like I just did right there. What happened to the lights? Sorry about that. The lights are on sensors. So they just went out for a second. Sorry about that. Anyway, so then you start the light right again. Start at the top. Come down. And then do your outer edge. Whether just papers or the spot that's popped out, just take it back, put some mud behind it. Over it again. Right to the bottom. Clean the mud off the top of these. Alright. Okay, well, as you can see, these all meet up really good in the corners. Perfect. And see, now, this is mudded to this. This is mudded to this, so you're gonna, it's not gonna crack across here like the plastic or the steel ones, right? It's actually mudded to the wall, so it won't crack here. The most it's gonna do is if somebody bangs this and stuff, it'll ruin the corner, but it's not gonna break all the sheetrock out. I've never seen none of these get busted out with the filler yet. The steel ones, the plastic ones, I've seen it over and over and over again. These are the only paper tapes, and for years I didn't like these. I used to nail them all with the steel ones and thought I knew what was best and blah blah blah. I kept getting callbacks for corner beads. The only things I get callback for was corner beads cracking. Once I switched to these, I've never had a callback yet. So you stick to what you know, to what works best for you. But I'll tell you, paper, they go on faster. You don't have to worry about having anything to nail to. And they're easier to fill. And sand and stuff, I guess, you know, like, it's just easier.